What's up, guys? This is Don here with Yugioh Gaming Channel. Here to do a deck profile on my homeboy Diego's mutant deck profile. So I'm gonna let him explain everything to you guys. What up?
You know what, guys? This is my mutant deck profile. Pretty fun deck in my opinion. You'll like it. I like how they banish, how they resource and everything. They come back. It's fucking stupid.
Hell yeah, let's do it, bro.
So this 40 card deck. I'll start with the monsters. I'm running 3 mutant, 05s, 3 STs, and 3 mutant mutants. So what they do specifically is that for mutant 05, whenever you normally supposed to summon, you can add a mutant monster from your deck to the hand. It just basically allows you to extend some plays, but depends which card you add. With ST, basically the same thing about M05, only with spells and traps. And you can spell traps whenever you need it, like Mutant Cry, which really helps. And then Mutant, the new support that came out with Battle of Chaos, which really helped the deck a lot. Because before this, I only like supposed to summon at least like 1 monster at a time. But with Mutant, I at least supposed to summon the monster like 3 times. Also, with their second effects, they all do the same thing. It's basically if you tribute 1 card, and then banish any card, monster, spell, trap. Depends which card you banish. You have to special summon that type of monster. For example, if you banish a monster card, you get Monster Beast. Banish a trap card, you get Mutant Arsenal. If you banish a spell card, you get Mist.
I think it's still good to run.
Alright, so let me show you guys the big monsters. The white monsters, really cool. Mutant Beast. Mutant Arsenal.
I have it.
Where the fuck?
Whenever you're ready.
Right here. Mutant Mist.
I'm gonna be here tomorrow.
So they also do some of the things, the same thing, only with different types of effects. Beast, you can target with monster effects. Arsenal, you can target with trap effects. And Mist, you can target with spell effects. Basically, when your opponent activates a spell card or effect, you can quick effect, banish a card, negate it, and banish that spell card. With Arsenal, if your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can banish a card, then banish any monster on the field. And with Mist, the same thing. Banish a card. If your opponent activates a trap card or effect, you get to draw 2 cards.
Nice.
So as you can see, I basically have 2 Beasts, 1 Arsenal, and 1 Mist. That's because with Beasts, I think it's the most useful. A lot of people like to run more spell cards and all that. So I run 2. With Arsenal, I could run 2, but I don't want to do it because with 3,000, that's a lot of like health. Everything. I'm already like losing like almost like 4,000, 3,000 at like first turn, so I don't want to overdo it.
Yeah.
With Mist, it's the least, it's kind of sucky. It just draws 2, so it's really good, but I just run it just to have the theme and everything.
Sick. That is sick.
Alright, and for the rest of the monsters, basically generic hand trap, effect builder. Pretty cool, in case like I mess up or I don't get the extends, I could at least affect my opponents.
Yeah. It's pretty sick.
Alright, time for spells and traps.
So the deck is pretty consistent from what I played against you, man. It just clobbered me, man. You kept specialing.
Oh yeah.
And then your fusion that was in there was pretty damn busted. So the deck is pretty good from what I see.
They're basically a banish, focus, special summon type deck. You have to recur resources, you know, get them back. It's pretty cool. You'll see why. Start with the spell cards.
Yep.
An Evolution Lab. What this card does is basically when this card is activated, you can supposed to summon one of your level 4 lower mutant monsters from your hand or banish. So before Mutant, I used to use this to extend. I run 2, but now I run 1. Basically, when I have a Mutant 05 or ST, I use this to extend to get a bit more monsters and all that jazz. Mutant Fusion, also run one of these. It's just basically a generic Mutant Fusion card. You know, use your field or hand as material. But the cool thing about this card is that if your opponent activates an effect during your turn, you get to actually use 1 card from the graveyard and 1 card from the deck.
That's pretty busted. That's pretty busted.
The thing is, it's reliant on your opponent's activate an effect during your turn, and you basically don't want your opponent to activate a turn and all that jazz. So I basically run. Just run it just in case.
It seemed to work when you were playing against me. It tripped me to my stuff, man.
It saved my ass before.
Yeah.
As for the rest of the spell cards and traps, 3 utilities ever since this guy. Yeah.
Oh man, you loving it. Okay, whatever,
Before
bro.
it was 2 semi-limited, but after the whole new ban list, fucking unlimited. Great news. 2 super polys. Basically with super polys I'm running with Mud Dragon because as you can see with the rest of the monsters they all have different attributes which I really like about it. With fucking Mud Dragon you have to have 2 attributes and different types. Basically all my mutant monsters have like different types. For example, they run at least 1 fire. Like on my mutant arsenal I pulled a super poly and gave Mud Dragon and messed them up and everything.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good.
I run 3 Pot Extravagance. It's really good for the deck. I run 50 cards just to max it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
draw power.
As for the traps, so basically one of my favorite cards, fusion cards basically, are the Mutant Cries. What I really like about this card is basically with each of the Mutant cards, their monster effects, they have to banish and tribute. But with Mutant Cry, you can actually like reuse those resources and get them back to your deck and also get a fusion out of them. This card has saved me multiple times, has fucked with my opponent and all that shit. Earlier with my opponent, they literally banished one of my beasts thinking I couldn't get them back as fusion material. Put out the Mutant Cry. He was confused.
Nice.
Next card, Mutant Expansion. I used to run 3, but now I run 2. But just because of Mutant, because I used to need this card just to extend, get more Mutant cards on the field, but with Mutant, I just get 1 more card, so I've been meaning want to run one and get like another generic, like an Ash Blossom or some shit like that. But I'm still testing it out, and I have like 2 expansions. Next, there can only be 1. Just like I said before with the attributes, not only they have different attributes, but they're all different types. Beast is a beast, Arsenal is what they call machines, Mist is a spellcaster, and the lower ones are basically psychic. With their
So
can
it
only be
just keeps
ones.
it all like in one pile, basically.
Yeah, basically if my opponent like runs a pure dragon deck, I could literally mess it up while I still keep going without worrying too much. Also on 3 Solemn Strikes just to mess with my opponent. It's really funny. Run as many times as I can.
That interruption, bro.
2 Torrential Tributes. With this card, for example, whenever I had like 2 larger monsters, I have my Cry, basically sit and everything. I pull out the Torrential Tributes, they're all gone, I get the Cry, fusion summon out of it, my opponent doesn't have any monsters, but I have a fusion card.
Central been doing work lately, man.
And for my last trap, Macrocosmos, any guard that's sent to the graveyard is banished instead. You know, really good for the mutants. They like to be banished, also mess it up with my opponents. So basically, I'm pretty broken. Pretty good. Alright. I run 3 mutant synthesis. Basically, what they do, you need 2 mutant monsters with different attributes. Doesn't matter if it's level 8, level 3, or doesn't matter. They at least have to be different attributes. This card is really useful. You really need to run 3 with these. If this is Fusion Summon, you get to pop a card, any card from the field. And in case your opponent tries to like negate it or try to get rid of it, it has another effect where if you quick effect, it's unaffected by that same type of card. So your opponent activates a trap card, it's unaffected by trap card until the end of the turn. Monster effect, it's unaffected by monster effect till the end of the turn and spells. It's a pretty good card, I use it a lot. Now time for the big monster, Mutant Ultimus. I run 2 of these. It's more like sometimes I run, in some games I run too much of these, in some games I don't. I run mostly Mutant Synthesis, but I get the Ultimus because it's really good. You need 3 level 8s higher mutant monsters. So basically you either need like 3 of the level 8s or at least some of the fusions.
Yeah.
When a card effect is activated, you can quick effect banish a mutant monster from your graveyard, but it has to be the same type. If your opponent activates a spell card, banish a mutant spell card from your graveyard to the banish. And basically monster traps has to be the same type and everything. Also, what's good about these 2 effects, if this is destroyed by an opponent card during battle, it gets to get back any mutant card you want. But if this is destroyed during the battle, you get to have at least 1 of each. So you get to have 1 spell from mutants, 1 trap mutants, and 1 monster mutants, and add to your hand. And as for the rest of the monsters, like for the super polys, like one of the swamp dragons, like I said before, with the super polish, really helpful.
Oh,
With my opponent.
Clapping people with that, man.
It's pretty much it for my fusion monsters. Next for my XYZs, I got number 15 Given Puppet. I just add that for filler, you know, just to have a bit more varied with my XYZ summons. But to do it up to twice, you can get rid of at least one monster and everything.
But you can actually go into that though, right?
Oh yeah. I'll let it reveal. Then for my next card, which is really cool, 3 Lancelots. I really like this card.
Is that a level 8?
Yeah, it's a level 8.
Level 8, huh?
They're both level 8s. All the higher
I
monsters.
think I need a Lancelot, man.
All the higher mutant monsters are level 8, so I have level 8 XYZ. Is basically what this card does. If this has XYZ material, it
You
can
can go
attack.
into level 8s?
What?
You can go into level 8s with this deck though?
Oh yeah.
Bro, broken.
If this has XYZ material, it can attack your opponent directly. But a bit of a downside is it has a negate, but the thing about this is it's a force negate. And if any card activates it, either if it's yours or your opponent's monster, spell, or trap, you have to forcefully activate it and negate it. So you have to be very careful.
Yeah.
Try not to forget about that. But the thing about Lancelot, like I said before, I can attack directly with XYZ materials. And if I do that, imagine your opponent has a full board. Lancelot, attack directly. Main phase 2. 2 Zeus.
Kill him. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I got these cards recently. Really helped. I used this at least once and really helped during that battle.
Zeus is good, bro. Zeus
Super
is
good.
Close games.
As for my rest of the cards, I basically have 2 links, Cross Sheep and Linkuribo.
Yep.
I've been wanting to run Cross Sheep, I rarely use it. I think I only used it like twice. But Linkuribo, I think it was the Mutants. It's the level 1, so it's really helpful. In case if I don't want to overextend and pay for health, or just in case if I'm in an emergency type situation. Linkuribo.
Hell yeah, bro. Shoot. Well, that's the deck profile. That's what's up, bro. Man, thank you for giving me the deck profile, Diego. Do you got any shout outs for anybody?
Well, basically, just for all the people, all my friends who come here, Waffles, Redshift, Analos, and Tuna. And also there's HMC Wizard.
Hell yeah, bro. Shoot. Thank you for the shout outs, man. Thanks for the deck profile. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. This has been the Don Yu-Gi-Oh! Gaming Channel. Peace.